Alright, it's time for more Snowbreak. So we are 67% of the way through. The Perilous Snowpath? What is it called? Perilous Snowpath? Perilous Snow Trail? I don't remember. Something along those lines. But we're two-thirds of the way through. So I'm excited to see how the rest of this goes. Oh, sweet. Explosive barrel. Okay, bro, where'd you come from? Bro thinks he's the main character. Die! Okay. I don't know how you guys got the sneak on me, but it's fine. Oh, I didn't realize these. Hi. Okay, burst time. Ultimate time, I should say. Bonk! Alright, that's dead. Oh, hi. There we go. Alright, easy peasy. I imagine since the last one was also a, whatever it's called. You know, what are they called? The last one was also a stage. So, imagine that... Yep, okay. Get your dirty hands off Ceres. I'm here to discuss business with you, not to fight to the death. Put your gun down if you understand. Let go of her now. I've been rather nice thus far. Don't take it for granted. Ugh. As the officer was attempting to intimidate me, Ceres took the opportunity to step forward and shove her shoulder into his chest, making him lose balance, stagger backward. She then walked over to me and took my hand in hers. Before I could even react, she'd already pulled me down to sit again. The wink and eye, the tense atmosphere in the carriage softened considerably. The officer was left holding his gun awkwardly froze in place. Adjutant, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. She turned off her recorder pen and placed it on the table. Still, her hand holding onto mine never let go. Feel free to talk openly. I can guarantee I won't remember a thing. The officer couldn't have expected things to turn out like this. He was stunned for some time before suddenly breaking into a fit of laughter. Alright, things just got interesting. While this officer was trying to put on the airs of a high-ranking general, he lacked the discipline of seriousness of a military background. Instead, he displayed habits that betrayed years of dealing with gangs. He'd hinted at it in the carriage before, but now he knew with certainty that I'd sent horror after him, but he hadn't brought it up yet. In order to understand how to handle him, I need to uncover his identity and motive hidden behind that military uniform first. You said you wanted to talk business, so does the military want to negotiate with Yggdrasil, or do you want to negotiate with me? Smart decision. In that case, let's put all this unpleasantness behind us. You're right. I want to negotiate with you personally. This has nothing to do with our backgrounds. I can ignore you stashing contraband on a train headed for an area occupied by the military, sending Naruse Haru to follow and kill me, and even ruining my plan. As long as you tell me in detail how to control flooding, I'll ensure your safe arrival in Yaris. And I'll help you with whatever shady stuff you're planning to do in Yaris. What makes you think so highly of yourself? What makes me? Here, pick one. Okay, bro got chess pieces. Bro thinks he's the fucking Tsaritsa. A black knight and a white bishop. Choose the black piece, choose the white piece. The first option's usually a bait. I'm going with the second option. Not wanting to waste my breath, I kept my cool and went along with that clown's performance, reaching out to choose the white bishop. However, as my outstretched hand neared him, the officer suddenly flicked the white piece into his sleeve with his fingers, leaving only a black piece. He then slammed it on the table and slid it towards me. You're this one. You can't be the one in my sleeve. Don't think you're some kind of hero after defeating a handful of changed titans. Has the endearing title of adjutant gotten to your head? You asked me what makes me think so highly of myself. Look yourself in the mirror instead. No matter how hard you try to save the world, you will always be scum working for an evil company. And even as I sit here talking business with you, my hands are clean, got it? Don't mess with me. Tell me exactly how to control flooding. Otherwise, this train is going to lead you straight into a Federation military court. Hope you can calm down enough to carefully think about everything I've said. For a second, I wanted nothing more than to draw my gun and put a bullet in his despicable face. Based adjutant? What the heck? Before this thought faded, however, Sirius suddenly moved. What did you just say? Sirius, what is it? No, not you, adjutant. I mean this officer. What did you just say? You could learn a thing or two from your teammates about pretending to be confused. Please answer my question. Alright. I said I hope your adjutant can calm down enough to clearly think about everything I've said. Calm down enough to carefully think about everything I've said. I can let bribing my subordinates to learn about the train schedule. What? I can let bribing my subordinates to learn about the train schedule and security slide. Oh, I just need to read the full thing. I do that sometimes. I'm like, that sounds weird, and then I read the full sentence. Like, oh, that's normal. Never mind. But you need to find a way to facilitate the business I wanted to discuss with your boss. Good night, Miss Intelligence Officer. Ugh. Shit, I remembered something. I know this guy. Lieutenant Colonel Millwood Ivanov, head of staff at the Yaris Military Refugee Resettlement Committee. Commitment? I don't know. I don't care. He once said he wanted to make a deal with directors. That's why cats and dogs are so fun. The ones who seem well-behaved actually have the most bite. No wonder you came looking for me. You already ran into a dead end with my boss. And unfortunately, I'm not telling you anything either. I don't even have any contraband. And I don't have any contraband. You had your chance. Get in here! Sir, you recognize him, right? 7 hours ago at the HSO field office, he was the one who led you onto this train, correct? Did he also help you load the cargo you're transporting into Eurus into the rear carriage? Sir, did you see what they were transporting? I saw... No. I didn't see it. I didn't see anything. What are you doing? Carrying weapons illegally, refusing to cooperate with an investigation, resisting violently, and shooting a military soldier. Starting now, you have to cooperate and accept you're under our control. Still sure you don't need my help? It seemed that his patience had run out and he was done playing nice. It looked like I had no choice but to cooperate. Gently let go of Sirius' hand and stood up slowly. Sir, are you positive you want to start a conflict you're still on behalf of the military? You just sit still and be quiet, little girl. I said I wanted to talk business with your adjutant. I'm not gonna kill him. As long as he understands what's going on here and tells me what he wants to... tells me what I want to know, he'll be back in a few minutes. Sirius' gaze met mine, but we didn't say a word. We stood up and let the soldiers under the military inspector's command escort me out of the carriage alone. For some reason, I sensed that the crazy clown in front of me had reached his limit. One more small push would be enough to cause his mask to slip and make him do something irredeemable. But I would have welcomed that opportunity. Okay, well maybe not with Sirius around. Let's keep her safe. Sir, it's here. Open the door. Please step back. The soldiers took a closed carriage to the back of the train, then opened the door in front of me. Restrained with shackles and face covered by a mask, a small figure sat in the corner of the dim room. All I could discern was a pair of wild eyes and the sound of heavy breathing. The soldiers walked in at the Inspector General's orders until they were all inside the carriage. Drawing their weapons, they surrounded the small figure in the center. Just as I was trying to figure out who the dark figure was, the inspector grabbed into my collar from behind, yanked me out of the cord, and slammed the door. See? Contraband. You said there wasn't any. So what was that in the carriage just now? You dare capture Gustav's daughter, And not only that, you have the nerve to take her back to Yaris? He stood in front of me, drew his gun, and forcefully pressed it against my forehead. That crime alone is enough for the military to completely destroy Yggdrasil. If you chose to do things the hard way, that shall be the only outcome. Goodbye, Adjutant. Remember my face in your next life. About flooding. The muzzle of the gun pressed against my forehead trembled somewhat, which was exactly what I'd been hoping for. I would bend my knees to duck down, then reach out to hook his finger that was placed on the trigger. I'd then punch him in the face and slam my body against his to knock him over. My chance to fight back was short-lived, but I ignored one important factor at the critical moment. Sharp pain spreading from deep within my heart darkened my vision, and a bitter taste filled my mouth. Just half a second more and I would have been able to grab the gun and put a bullet in his head. Damn, okay. Look bad. A violent explosion sent the officer and I crashed to the ground to get all together. Gasping in pain with my arm dislocated, the butt of the gun made a crisp sound as it stuck the bridge of my nose. Even louder gunfire sounded in the sealed carriage up ahead. Noises all mixed together to create chaos in my ears. The mist sounds my hand graceful and cool and curved. I bit down my lower lip. That pain brought on a moment of clarity. I pulled out my weapon. The officer was holding me down, pressing his thumbs onto my Adam's apple in an attempt to crush my windpipe. I used my last bit of strength to pull my hand out from behind my back and strike him in the head with the butt of my gun. You're the one who should remember my face. Damn. We go crazy hard. I had no idea how much time elapsed before I heard the sound of familiar footsteps. They were approaching quickly, rushing closer and closer. Sirius ran over and dragged the inspection officer off me. She tossed him aside and I helped me sit up. Adjutant, are you okay? I'm okay. Yep. You, understood what I meant. You planned this thing from the beginning, didn't you? Right? I'm just making my own script, bro. You planned this from the beginning, right? Yeah, but I didn't think we would actually have to do it. All the weapons and equipment for the escort mission. Everything's ready. Caroline will arrange for these weapons to be loaded onto the train we're taking. Sirius was notified of the emergency plan. If we run into any unforeseen circumstances on the train, I'll protect you and she will execute the backup plan. Don't worry about me for now. Get to the control room right away and take control of the train. An explosion of this magnitude won't cause the train to run off the tracks, but we can't let it enter the North Wind Aerospace Center like this. Change our destination to Oswell Steel Mill. Stop the train there. Tess said that this place is hidden from the public eye. We can't let anyone know. You still had something to do with this explosion. Got it. The sound of Sirius' footsteps gradually dissipated. At the other end of the hall, you know what? I'm gonna drink on that one. Oh yeah. At the other end of the never mind. Leaning up against the way and sliding down, I finally let my last bit of strength go. My vision started to become blurry and everything in front of me went dark. Right as I said that, my second monitor turned off for half a second. That's crazy. What timing is that? It's kind of spooky. Bullet with blood. Team 2, report that the adjutant eliminated Millwood. The cargo is secure and the train will be rerouted to Oswell Steel Mill. Understood. The magician has made individual contact with Joseph. There may be risk of intel leaking. Prepared to take action. Team 6, get rid of Millwood's remains as soon as possible. Guard all combat areas in 3 hours. See you all in Eurus. Sweet dreams, Heimdall Adjutant. I hope you all can stand firm and play your roles. Alright, you sick folks. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm washed, bro. There we go. Jump! Get wrecked. No, wait, it is the same place. Oh! Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Cool. That's actually really sick. Then we get the other POV. Man, I love Snowbreak, bruh. So cool. It's such an underrated game. I actually saw someone freaking talk about Snowbreak in a comment section of like a video about Genshin. I'm like, man, glad to see it. Because I never hear, you know, I don't really know how many people actually play the game. I can't imagine it's that much, but I have no idea. Because I never really see much of anyone talk about it. I never actually looked and see how many videos there are on Snowbreak. Ooh, everything's tying together. It's cool. In a concealed area near the steel mill, the coyote leader was interrogating his infuriated captive. You can ask me 1,000 times, but I already told you. I'm just here to stall you. You'll just have to guess why I would disguise myself as Ichil and how I would have her blood in my possession. What did you mean by what you said when we captured you? Think about what you should do next now that I've fallen in your lap. Will the name Gustav become your opportunity to make your men and to take your men and break your chains? Did I strike a chord? Don't mess with me, little girl. Where is Echel now? I'm not telling you. You only have two options if you really want to save the coyotes. Either kill me and take the blood sample back to your employer, then spread the news that Echel is dead to the citizens and militants around Eurus so public opinion will turn against your employer. Or you can let me go and I'll convince the Heimdall adjutant that we should help you. And what are you guys supposed to do? How are you guys going to help me? This is Eurus, not the containment zone. How is Yggdrasil going to deal with the military? It's precisely because we're in Eurus that we can help. Echel is the only remaining political symbol of Eurus. If she's safe and secure with Eurus locals, who do you think the citizens and separatist militants will listen to? If she comes out as Eurus' leader, those wolves with a penchant? I don't know. For violence will lose any semblance of control in Eurus. Everyone will stand against them. That's just Yggdrasil's plan. I haven't seen any hope or results whatsoever. So, being under someone else's control, getting your hands dirty, and watching your men die from their disease one after another like you are now, gives you hope and results. I took the risk to deliberately let you capture me, just so I could figure out who you're working for and help you take them down. Heimdall Adjutant Finney came up with the idea, and Yggdrasil Director T gave the order. If you still don't trust me, draw your gun. Who are you going to give Echel to? First, tell me who hired you guys when I intercepted Echel from you 3 days ago. If I hadn't stopped it, who would you have handed her over to? And this time, you guys were completely focused on the armored vehicle, obviously because you were sure Echel Gustav was inside, right? Who told you that Echel Gustav was going to be in the armored vehicle? Why are you asking me these questions? Because there's someone I want to protect, and if he knew you were in this position, he'd definitely want to find a way to save you guys. You broke free but didn't escape. Whoever saved me purposely left a loose end, and now you're here, desperately trying to get information from me. You've done all of this for someone else, without ever thinking about yourself? I'm a magician, and that person is the most important member of my audience. So no matter what I have to do, I'll continue the show to the finale. You're an interesting girl. Hopefully I'm interesting enough for you to start answering my questions. Millwood Ivanov. Have you heard that name before? He's the most well-known intel broker on the Eurus Northwind Aerospace Center black market. Black Eye Sally. He might look like a respectable lieutenant colonel in the military, but in reality he's a chatterbox who'll say anything for the right price. On a mission a few days ago, the initial client refused to disclose their identity. Back then we didn't know that Echel was the cargo. We just treated it like a normal mission. After receiving the cargo, we were supposed to take it to the capital of Eurus and hand it over to General Adrian's advisor. After you snatched the cargo from us, the mission was terminated, and Millwood stepped in. He told me in private that the cargo was Echel Gustav. Information on the day you guys departed, when, and where you traveled, and the contents of the armored vehicle were all provided by Millwood. The coyotes were only responsible for stealing the vehicle. He has another team in charge for transporting it. Do you want to take all the credit in front of the higher-ups? You want to know who Millwood's buyer is? He wouldn't have gone through so much effort just to return Echel to the military. And Duchess Orlova from Morenci Pribor has always had a strained relationship with the military. Millwood wouldn't do business with her. As for the other weaker militants, they might not even be brave enough to accept Echel if they knew it was her. Just leaves one potential buyer, but all I could find on him was his name. The Eurus Federation's former Major General, Sergei Dobrinin. Mr. Joseph, since you used to be a senior colonel in the Eurus Federation Armed Forces, have you heard that name before? Joseph? Are you alright? I'm alright. They're just flesh wounds. You've been away from the train for a while. Do you think the adjutant is okay? Sirius is with him. The adjutant also set up a contingency plan before we left. He insisted you and Tess would need my help more than they would on the train. It's like he knew something would happen to you guys. This mission just gets weirder at every turn. Knowing the adjutant, it's only natural for him to plan ahead. You said last time you saw Tess was at the steel mill, right? Let's go find her first and rendezvous with the Edgetown train. Chenching? Something's off. What is it? Tess. Even though the situation wasn't looking good before I caught off guard. Now I think about it, Tess was acting weird the whole time. It seemed like she was hiding a lot of stuff from me. She even had the chance to escape when we were surrounded by the coyotes at the steel mill. She never let me see what was inside the armored vehicle, but if there was an important target inside, she wasn't worried when the escorting operatives and vehicle disappeared. The weirdest of all, the Internal Affairs Department was established when the adjutant got hurt, and we were under house arrest. The entire department's only mission was to spy on us. Back then, Tess was on a field mission, but we were on the way. How did she know those traps were specialized surveillance devices from the Internal Affairs Department? And just a glance. Maybe she's been answering to a different boss from us since the beginning. The train approached the platform behind Oswell's steel mill. Slouched down, sitting on the sofa in the carriage, my thoughts were a mess, but some faint ideas were coming together. Adjutant, here. It's club soda. Thank you. Sirius sat down next to me and tilted her head, staring at me in silence. Adjutant, I don't want to suspect my own squad mates, but is Tess Cocken really a Heimdall operative? I knew she was hesitant and wondering if she should continue, but I was actually hoping she'd remember something else. Just tell me what's on your mind. It's okay. Actually, I've been wondering something. Why did Director T suddenly establish the Internal Affairs Department? Even though it was after you were shot, how did she do it so quickly? They couldn't have just thrown a whole department together at such short notice. It must have been planned ahead of time. Adjutant, be careful. I think Director T wants to... She's splitting us up, depriving me of my authority little by little. She slowly turned my closest operatives into her eyes and ears, using them as tools and transforming them into my weakness right under my nose so they could be used as weapons to hurt me someday. I would never do something like that. I know. I trust you, Sirius. I trust everyone in the Heimdall Force. Yeah, I trust you, Adjutant, more than anyone. Do you have a plan? After we get to Eurus, I'm going to withdraw from the mission and return to headquarters. I don't care how they decide to punish me. Secrets behind the Internal Affairs Department Test's identity. I'm probably the best person to help you figure this stuff out right now. Now that I've remembered everything, I won't help anyone hurt you again. They're hurting you. You can go back. You have to. I'll think of a story to get you out of the mission. Promise me, Sirius. You need to act like nothing happened after you go back. I'll find out who messed with your memories and make them pay, one by one. W. The former Major General you mentioned, Sergei, is now known as W. Because he only takes W's. He always hid behind the scenes when he served as Major General of the old Federation. Few knew his real name, let alone what it looked like. Later, when he appeared on the Yggdrasil Board of Directors, he had changed his name to W. Ah, okay. If that's the case, then W, he is Millwood's buyer. He must be in Eurus now. If I'd followed the plan, hid in the armored vehicle, and never came out, then Millwood's second team would have picked me up and taken me to W by now. Levitain to the magician. Order from the boss. Kill Joseph Sokolov Alexander. Huh? Signal interference. Is this Internal Affairs? I've also refilled your desire to work under Minnie and looked the other way when you began investigating us. Act immediately. Don't disappoint the boss. I don't want to. What are you saying? Wait, hold on. I don't want to. What are you saying? I said I don't want to. I won't let you guys get hurt. Tess! No! Hey, little girl, you... Hurry. Get out of here. Or someone is going to pin this on you. My squad mates will make trouble for you. Get out of here. This freaking arc is so messed up. The old coyote leader grit his teeth. Behind him, the little red-haired girl was left alone. Frigid wind cut through her clothes like a knife, slicing through her body and causing her blood to congeal into a mirror on the ice. Her soft lips dried out in the cold air, and her typically vibrant eyes slowly dimmed. Boundless snow began to cover her face. Who was she? A youthful girl who loved magic? The Heimdall Force new recruit who longed for the adjutant? A ghostly weapon who delivered death around the border region? Hold on. Adjutant Chen Xing and I just received an anonymous communication. Tess was shot. Judging by the location, it looks like she's in the ice field behind the steel mill. The message contains an image of Joseph with Tess. It seems like he's the one who killed her. Chen Xing and I are hurrying over to the steel mill now. How's it going over there? Adjutant? Adjutant! Why was this all happening? Why did it turn out like this? She hadn't sent me away from headquarters to protect me. Rather, was she forcing me to become her enemy? This shit's dark as hell, bruh. Man, okay, we're gonna do the rest in the next video, but thank you for tuning in. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, I'm very excited to be uploading more Snowbreak, and hopefully this will continue for a little bit. So, see you next one. Bye-bye.